All right, let's talk about your ideal day. The Define My Day journal is not a daily planner. It is not a calendar. There's not a calendar in here. This is meant to build habits, routines, focus on your priorities, and build a positive mindset. But we do have the ideal day. The ideal day is the outline that we're going to try to follow each and every day. You are never going to be 100%. I have never been 100% in following my ideal day. It's almost impossible. Things happen. But the goal is to focus on creating a rhythm and routine that we can follow, that we can fit the things that we need to fit into our day instead of making our day fit into the things that happen to us. So as you go through this process, there's instructions on the side of the page, but what I really want you to focus on, most importantly in the very beginning, when you wake up and when you go to bed. In order for you to wake up at a certain time, you probably have to go to bed at a certain time. I wake up at 5 o'clock every day. I go to bed. In order to do that, I go to bed at 10 o'clock every day. If I go to bed at 10:30, it's much harder for me to get up at 5 o'clock. If I go to bed at 11:30, there's not a chance I'm getting up at 5 o'clock. And if I am, I'm going to be dragging my butt through the morning. So those are the two times that I've picked that are most important for me, my wake up time and my bedtime. And that's how I fit everything in between there. Those are the bookends. Now, you also want to set any obligations that you can't work around. So I have flexibility with my work schedule, so I can fit priority time into my work schedule. Your priorities might not be something that fall into your work schedule. It might not be a priority that has something to do with work. So you have to fit your priority time other places. So you have to block off, if you're working 8 to 4 or 9 to 5, whatever that might be, that you might have to block that time off and just call it, work obligation. And then work your priority times into other areas. Other things that I set in stone are breakfast, lunch, dinner with family, and other appointments and things that I might have throughout the day that I can't fit anything else in. So once I have that done, once my hard things are done, bedtime, wake time, and all my other obligations that I can't change, I fit in my priority time. This is the time when I focus on the things that are my priority that are going to move me toward my goals and move me toward my purpose. And you can start small. My priority time is from 9 to 12 in the morning. Doing these videos is a priority for me. So these fit into priority time. Doing client work fits into priority time. Now, client meetings do not fit into priority time. Client meetings fit into to-do list time in the afternoon. And the reason for that is because most of the work doesn't get done in the client meetings. Most of my work gets done after, when I have all of the stuff I need to do in the client meetings. So I don't meet with clients in the morning generally. I don't answer my phone. I don't answer emails. I have everything turned off and I am focused on what I need to do. And the people around me have instructions to, I'll come up for air at certain times, but please, unless it's an emergency, I'm not going to be available. And if it is an emergency, they know how to get a hold of me. So I have that luxury that I have that time that I can focus. You may not. You might have to work on it otherwise. Your priority time for, I go to the parent thing again. If you're a parent and you want to focus on building relationships with your kids and best teaching your kids, your priority time might be after dinner from 6 to 7, where you spend focused time on your kids. If you want to get that promotion, maybe your priority time is in the evening and you have to do professional development and you need to close your door in the bedroom and do research or learn something, whatever you need to do, maybe work on a project and you need to do that. So identify that priority time and make sure the people around you know that priority time and let them know why you're doing it, that it's going to benefit you and benefit them, and that you're trying to progress and make a difference in your life. So define that priority time. And then, you're going to define your to-do time also, your where all the other stuff happens. So that time when you can take care of miscellaneous, when, you're going to allow yourself to do all of the little things you need to do, whether it's, call people back or run to the store, buy groceries, do laundry, unless If you're a stay-at-home person, then laundry might be a priority for you. Keeping the house in order might be a priority for you. Again, it's all based on your specific situation. Um, and then I set my morning block. My morning block is probably my most important time other than priority time for me, because it's how I get off on the right foot. So between 5 and 7, I get so much done. I wake up, I do define my day for 10 or 15 minutes. I do a 10-minute meditation, which I think is highly important for anybody to clear their head and calm down and set their morning off in the right direction. I do a half an hour to 45 minutes of exercise. I eat a good breakfast. I have an accountability call. There's a lot that happens in that 2 hours that at 7 in the morning, I just feel like I can attack my day and I'm not frantic. I have all of the things done that I need to do. I'm well nourished. I have energy and I'm ready to go. So block off that morning time and try to set that morning routine. And I think if you do, you can do something like the miracle morning or whatever you find works for you. But if you set your morning off right, as opposed to waking up at the last minute and running out the door frantic with your hair all a mess and putting on makeup in the car or shaving in the car as you're driving to work, that feeling of stress and overwhelm and rushing, you're launching into the day on the wrong foot. If you do a disciplined morning, you go into the day so much more calm, and you will notice if you do that for a good amount of time, a month or two, when you have accidentally, because you stayed up late or stayed out late or did something and you wake up late, that feeling of craziness, you'll realize that you don't know how you operated with that throughout the day. So I highly recommend getting a good, solid, calm morning routine in effect as soon as you can. And then obviously you want to schedule some downtime, some leisure time. I give myself I call it my family time, after dinner. Dinner obviously is with family, but then after that, I try to give myself an hour and a half where if we want to sit down and watch a movie, we can do that. If we want to go in the backyard and kick the soccer ball around or throw football, we can do that. It's undefined. It's just the purpose of it is to do something with someone else that's worthwhile. Nowhere in my day is there scheduled TV time or scheduled screw around time. There's a purpose to everything I do. And, we can talk about distractions in a video going forward. But, as you go through this process and you realize how important your time is, and as you start to enjoy really spending quality time with the people around you and doing things that you love that are taking you someplace, you will gain greater awareness of the things that are pulling you away from that are putting off who you want to become. So those are distractions. We will talk about that in a later video, but focus now on creating that ideal day, that day that's going to make you the most productive that you can be, the happiest that you can be, the calmest that you can be, and most efficiently take you to the place that you want to go. Not that I'm telling you you need to go, the place that you want to go. So sit down, define your ideal day, and as with anything, it's not set in stone. It can change. Mine changes from month to month as I make adjustments, but make your ideal day and try to follow it as best you can. All right, I'll talk to you in the next video. We're going to be talking about starting our habit routine. Talk to you soon.